Hi, thanks for joining. Nice to see you here, and thanks for stopping by. I thought I would do a get ready for me today, and we'll talk about a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Um, it's been a long time since I've done a get ready with me. It's basically just a put a face on me type of day. I have some errands to run and some things to do, and so I thought I would chat while I get ready. And my hair is definitely a mess. But anyway, welcome. So before I start getting my makeup on, I always have to put this on my lips, because if I don't, it's the Laneige. I know it's a mask that you wear at night. I use this all the time. All the time. I have one in my bathroom. I have one on my nightstand, in my purse. I have them everywhere, because in the bathroom, when I'm getting ready to put my makeup on, if I'm singing along with the radio or I'm talking to somebody, my mouth dries up. So although this isn't going to be what I have on today, we're going to do a get ready with me face. And I thought I'd talk about something I read the other day, and it was just very interesting. And so I thought I would share it while we get ready. So anyway, let's get started. I know some of these things I use Lancome in some of my stuff, and Clinique and other. But I use Clinique Power Moisture Surge, Moisture Surge. And then I use this Moisture Surge on top of this Moisture Surge. I use a lot of it that you normally wouldn't use, but unless you use it at night. But I use it under my makeup. So anyway, first I'm going to put on a little bit of this in my hand. And it is the Clinique Moisture Surge Overnight Mask. Again, we're working overnight, but I use it all day and overnight. And then I use a little bit of this mixed up with it. Now, I'm sure I put makeup on different than other people, and I don't always wear makeup, but when I do, I need to be prepared with all my stuff. And I always have extra, because, when you put extra on, it takes a while to seep in, but at the same time, I use it on my arms, because if you want your face looking young, you might as well use it on your arms, so your arms and hands will look young. I always said if I had extra moisturizers that I wouldn't use on my face, because I didn't really care for how they turned out. Instead of getting rid of them or sending them back, everybody wants their hands and arms to look young. And if that's what's, does it, use that old moisturizer you stopped using and you still have some left. Don't throw it out. Just use it on your hands like hand cream, or your arms like body cream, or your neck, So just use a little bit of everything. Okay, we're going to go with some Clinique. I know it's for eyes anyway. It's my little Clinique for eyes. Again, I know this is something you use at night, but we're going to use it today. I hear my husband. And just apply a light smidgen over both eyes and underneath. And then we're going to use, this is SkinCeuticals. It's the Fusion UV Defense Sunscreen. Been using that for a long time. It's a tinted sunscreen. Shake it up a little bit. It is very watery, but it works. So you just put a little bit It will run off if I try to do too much. Anyway, just a little bit. And that stuff lasts forever. And I'll put the links to all of this below. Anyway. And what I'm going to do is turn my light on, so it's probably going to blind me. For some reason, this light doesn't have different shades. It just comes, I mean, I could see myself on the camera better than I can my light because the light's blinding me. Anyway, we'll spread that sunscreen all over. I wish this light was a little lighter. Let me try to make a change. A couple things. Hold on just a minute. Let me use my ring light here and see if that works better. Maybe not so blinding. Good. Now I can see myself in my mirror. Okay. Next, we will use the Clinique. Sometimes it's Lancome. This time I'm going to use Clinique moisturizer. Right here. And because I have so much already on my face, I just use a little bit. This stuff goes a long way. You surely should slide around really easy today on putting on makeup. This is when you're in a hurry. In a hurry for what? I don't know. I don't have nowhere place that I have to go. Just places that I was going to go. I have to go check my box today. And we're by the grocery store. Anyway. Okay, so that is that. Now, for my foundation, I use Lancome and It together. This It is number 40. I really need a lighter color, but I've already been using this, so I'm going to go for it. Just continue using it. What I do is I mix it with a little bit of my Lancome foundation, like a squirt. And do that. So I will show you how much I use. If I don't use enough, then I have to go back and do it again, and my face is uneven, so try to get enough in there to use it just once. Okay, so you can see the difference in the color, but I mix the two together. And they come together really good most of the time. And here is the brush that I use. I'm telling you, I'm all over the board with stuff. Elle Maquillage. Anyway. Il Maquillage. I'm sure y'all know. So any brush that's a good brush that will spread it, will be fine. But anyway, we might have to add more, but anyway, we're going to dab it. So why we do this, I want to talk about something that I read. See how dark that is? Anyway, it talks about if you want to live a happier life in your 50s and beyond. I don't know about you, but I'm all about that. It's like, I don't want to be miserable in my life. I don't want people around me to be miserable. It suggests 8 things, 8 habits that you have that you should get rid of if you want to live a happier life after you're 50. Makes sense to me. See how I'm just kind of blotting it around, then I'll rub it around. I don't, I just kind of do what makes it look better for me in my own mind, in my own simple mind. Anyway, so let's talk about getting rid of 8 habits if you want to live a happier life. And I've got notes on my computer, so I'm going to try to, as we go along, do my makeup and do it at the same time. See, we're almost out of that on my hand. We may have to go for some more. And I don't know, let's see. I have so much cream on that it seems to be spreading just fine. Maybe I don't need any more. I don't know. Okay, anyway. It's definitely, it says there's a clear divide between simply growing old and truly living the fulfilling life in the golden years. And I know we're not 60 yet. I know some of us on our way there. Some of us are past 60. But how true that is. And the habits can make a difference of how you feel when you either get there or on your way there. Now you see why I need to use stuff on my lips. They dry out. Okay. So we used all of that, so we're good to go on that. All right. Now, we all have habits, and I think as we grow older, we change them. And this is Fendi Beauty. And I know it's probably too dark, but I don't know. I'm still learning the process of this stuff and any of the highlight stuff. So I just do what I do. So habits, back to the habits, can change as we change with age. Like, example, putting on this stuff. Not something I would ever done in my younger years. Now that my older years are here, we got to do some changing. And so, therefore, that's why we have this stuff going on. So that was Fendi Beauty. And I'll, again, have it linked below. Okay, so if you're seeking for a happier life in your 60s and beyond, or the 50s and beyond, it's time to say farewell to those habits. Okay, so first habit they talk about, and I am guilty of all these habits, I'll tell you. And I have to say, I have changed a lot in my older years. And I will probably even change more as I get older. But number one is limiting yourself based on age. I'm sure we've all done that. This right here, you gotta make sure this line's gone. I remember back in the day when I was younger, that when I applied my makeup, my mom used to say, "You got a line, you got a line." Well, goodness sakes, I would have never thought that it would come to the time where we'd put a line there on purpose. But my mom's probably rolling over, just seeing me do it. Get your line, sissy, get your line. Okay. So, we have that. Next process. So it says, as age is a number, will not always be that age. Too often people entering their 50s start to impose limitations on themselves based on their age. I know that's right. We're going to go with the eyes now. Let's check the eyes out. We're doing, sorry if that's backwards, Milani. And this has a little bit of everything. So we might go with that one. That's cheek color. Or let's check this one out, Revolution. I bought this a couple of years ago. It's got all kinds of really pretty colors in it. So today I'm going to go with the lighter, starting with this one. And then we'll go from there. Let's find a brush. Okay. So, sorry, my throat's dry. I got to get a drink. When we decide there's things that we would like to do, a lot of times we think we're too old to do it. I apply this everywhere just to kind of give it some backbone, as I would call it. I'm not a makeup guru. I'm just a woman on the internet applying her makeup, not in any specific form of professionalism, just what makes it work for me. So, anyway. So you either say you're too old for that, or you wish you would have done it when you were younger. I know my sister is building a home. She's like, if we would only done this when we were younger. We didn't. I mean, we were know-it-alls when we were younger. So most people when you're 18 to 19, and I mean, I think it's still that way, but it's probably started younger. You just think you know it all. I used to tell my mom that. Now that I was older, I used to think, golly, God help me. I thought I knew it all when I was young. Anyway, they're common thoughts that enter your brain when you get older. You wish you'd have done it. Oh, you're too old for it. It says, but who says you can't pick up a new hobby and learn new skills in your 60s or your 50s? I'm telling you, I do more now in my 50s than I did in my younger years. I'm trying to figure out what color we're going to go with today. Let's go with browns. Okay, we'll go with brown. My hair. Okay. Let's go with this right here. Okay, we're going to go with a lighter brown. We'll go with this one right here. And then we'll get darker. You ever have one of them hairs where you know it's there, you just can't see it? Anyway. You're never too old to explore, learn, and grow. I like this color. So it's time to say goodbye to self-imposed barriers and embrace the possibilities that each new day brings. Age does not define the capabilities unless you let it. If you say you're too old, then you're going to feel like you're too old. And what good's that going to do you? See, I'm going to just get it right in that crease right in there. We're going to go with this one. I hope the light's bright enough where I can actually tell like what I'm putting on instead of getting outside and it'd be like the sun shining down on me. It's cloudy, so that's a good thing. All right, so I just put it in the crease there. I'll spread that bad boy around here in a minute. Okay. Let's move her around. Move it around just a little. So, never tell yourself you're too old for something. Or you wished. We all wished things. Some people wish they wouldn't have married the guy they married. Some people wish they would have finished school. Some people wish they would have went to college, had babies, not had babies. We all have wishes. But you start putting that stuff on you about age and stuff, and you're gonna make yourself feel old. And that's no bueno. All right. We need to go with the next dark color. So I haven't used this one in a long time. I'll go with this one right here. Just want to, no, I'm not. Skip that one. I don't want one that has a sheen to it right now. All right, we're going to go with this right here. And we're going to just kind of put it on the edge right here. And I'll get that going in there another way. Now, I know this is probably me putting makeup on from when I was in the 70s or 80s, but it's probably been the 80s because I was too young in the 70s. Anyway, so don't put the stipulations on you. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm trying to multitask here. I watch y'all, and y'all do this so gracefully. Some of you ladies that do your makeup on here, you're so graceful when you do it. And it's just like, they make it look so easy. Anyway, and then I take my brush and I just move it about. Anybody else hold their mouth open when they do this? I don't know why that is, but stretching out the skin, I guess the older you get, the more you need to stretch your skin when you do it. Okay, so the next one, number 2, neglecting your physical health. You know, when you're young, it was important, but when you get older, health is like a major, major, major thing that you have to stay on top of. And when I say stay on top of that, I'm not saying, you know, take all the medicine your doctor gives you. You need to check and make sure. You need to be your own advocate, because I'm telling you, they will have you on everything and anything they can put you on. I speak from experience for me. I speak from experience for my husband, my parents. No. I mean, who needs to be taking 33 pills a day? Just saying. So everybody's been guilty of that. So remember the time when you used to put everything else before your habits. Okay, work, family, chores, your job, you know, job was pretty much really important. Let me find my other brush here. Friends, family, a little bit of everything you put before your health. So I'm going to do something real quick before I put this on. Well, no. Under the line, under my eye, just a smidgen. Just a smidgen, this one right here. That's more than a smidgen. But you'll see, some of that stuff will disappear. Will disappear when I put concealer on. Get my hands off this. Take a little break here. So you have to take small steps to change that habit. I mean, you're not going to do it all in one day. It's not like you can just go and stop your medicine. Go from couch potato for 30 years like I have and just start picking up and walking 6 miles a day. That's not going to work. So, they smell so good. Anyway, those were Neutrogena. No, Equate makeup removers. I take them on a trip with me when I go somewhere. Anyway, or I just use them to wash my hands like this. Okay, so you take small steps. You start with walking, which brings me to another thing. Walking 10 minutes a day. Just start walking 10 minutes every day. Then, after walking 10 minutes, then the next week, maybe try 15 minutes. Then the next week, another 5 minutes on top of that, go 20 minutes. Just work gradually. It'll eventually get up where you'll walk more and more and more. And you won't be so tired when you do it. You'll actually have more energy. I do believe. That brings me to the point of I am Monday starting a walking challenge with the walking board that my son got me. I know people use the brush for this. I use one too, just not right now. Somebody's messaging me. Michael's got a sale, everybody. Anyway, let's get this little brush out. We'll just spread it a little bit. My little pink brush. Michael's got a sale. Everybody run and get it. This one's a little too floppy flop. Too floppy flop. Just go with it. Kind of clean up some of that stuff we got going on. Okay. So, if you don't eat vegetables, take. Okay, sorry, my camera shut off. Hopefully we can get through this. My battery's probably full. Or not my battery, but my... Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. My card. My memory. So anyway, if you don't eat vegetables, start eating vegetables. Now, I used to eat meat all the time. I just like a little bit of glossy right here. I know I'm switching conversations on you. Keep up with me. See how it gets shiny? I just like that. If you don't drink a lot of water, drink more water each day. Build up. Can y'all see the glossy or the shiny? Looks like I'm having a party in my eyes. Anyway, that's all I'm going with on that. That one there is Studio Makeup Creamy Eyeshadow. Again, right there. Okay. And let's see what else. Anyway, the longer you walk and exercise, the better you'll feel. So, again, starting that 30 minutes for 30 days, 30 minutes every day for 30 days. So I'm starting that on Monday on my walking board. I picked up some shoes. Well, I say I picked them up. I had them shipped to me. And I tried them on, and I can't believe they're perfect. Perfect. They feel wonderful. I even went down in a half size. I just have a tough time with this. Anyway, so I'm excited there. My sister told me to go with Brooks Ghost. I think I ended up with Brooks Adrenaline. Anyway, it'll be in a Monday's video with my 30-minute walk, my first 30-minute walk. I got to do something. You're talking about you girls because of my injury that I have. I haven't been active at all. It's really hard. So I've lost so much weight, and I need to be active because it's kind of just my weight is sitting still. It's not going anywhere. And it's been sitting too long. It's like, why take the shot for diabetes? And the numbers are going down, and I'm getting better on my diabetes, but the weight loss has stopped. So I'm sure it's time for surgery, but if I can get away with not having that, I'd be all right too. For the skin removal surgery. Anyway, this is Elf. And it's the brown. I got the brown because the black wasn't available, and I thought brown, black, all the same to me. And then I have to get me some more of this. This is the milk for your eyebrows. It is Cush Fiber Brow Gel. I love it, and I'm out of it. I've been scraping the bottle, and it is tinted. See? Now I've kind of made it where it's not as tinted as it used to be because I think I'm just that far out. And I like to flare up my eyebrows. Some people like to do different things. And I see I got some little sleepy creases coming in there. Time for a Botox refill. Anyway, I don't know. Gotta be careful with that stuff. I try to soak my face down so I don't have to worry about it. Anyway, so the number 2, as we were talking about, the neglecting your physical health. Check in with your doctors. Make sure that you are getting all your testing done. Get a little journal, a medical journal, one that you write in. Keep all your doctor's appointments. That's one of the new things that I started for this year. So I know when my appointments are. We're getting dried up. When my appointments are, when they were, what the prognosis was, or whatever's going on, if there is anything. And just keep track of all that stuff. It's important, and your kids are going to want to know it when you get at that age and you can't take care of it. They need to take care of it. So you need to do anything and everything you can. If you have to, YouTube it. Learn from YouTube. It's a source like we should all be thankful for. So catch a YouTube exerciser, over 50, over 40, over 60. Catch somebody that can teach you how to get into this exercising. It's going to be new for me. I've been sedentary. Other than when I work in a chair. Now that I'm at home working, I work in many other places, around the house. And so I move as far as that, but like they say, it's not the same. Cleaning my house, running around my house, changing sheets, doing all that kind of necessary stuff is not the same as going out and walking 30 minutes or getting on the board and walking 30 minutes. One thing about the board is you can have it inside or you can have it outside, and either way, you can take it anywhere you want. It's just that small. You can even put it in your trunk if you go on a trip. But it is not the same as going out and walking. It is cleaning your house. Go figure, who knew that? Anyway, so number 3, resisting change. Now, I am the worst when it comes to not wanting change. You're talking, I'm a person that, that pencil is MAC. It's the MAC black. eyeliner. I'm sorry, I gotta get a drink. Mac Black. Anyway, resisting change is horrible. Living in a nightmare. Living in a hamster wheel. You're talking, I'm a woman that has been 40 plus years with anxiety disorder. I hope it doesn't trigger anybody. But change is extremely, extremely hard for somebody that has that disorder. But it's most important for somebody that has that disorder, because you have no control. And the problem is you want all the control. You think having the control will control the disorder. As long as I can say this, I can tell us where to go. I can tell us what time to go. I can tell you who's going to go. I can, as long as I know, then I'm in control of the situation. It leads for a very, very complicated life. And may I say, it adds to others' lives of difficulty. You are, how do I put this? Trying to have control and resisting change makes it complicated for others to live their lives. Learned that through many, many, many years. Oops. We go down the center on that one. And we put some on the nose, because I like to sparkle. If I'm having a bad day, I know my nose is sparkle. I'm all right. Okay, so anyway, that's actually a wow, they need to rethink their writing on here. Anyway, this is what it is. It's just a highlighter, really, and I just use it on my nose. It's not really a highlighter. It's gold eye crayon, but I use it on my nose. Hey, it's just like that lotion you don't use anymore. Use it, your face moisturizer, use it on your hands. Anyway, so you can't make other people miserable. You got to stop that. And I know it's the hardest thing to do, and it's a battle, but you have to realize what's getting you there and what's having the anxiety is you, because you're resisting to change and you're resisting to just let somebody else take that control. You know, every time I put on makeup, man, the nose just goes. Okay, anytime I stick something in my eye. Anyway, so it's kind of like they were saying, if you're in a boat and you're paddling upstream against the current, it's hard work. How hard is it? Extremely hard. Very, very hard. And so if you're with a group of people and you're trying to do something and it's something you need to control, they're going one way and you're wanting to go another, because you need to be the one to decide that. Who wants to travel with you? Nobody wants to travel with you. Nobody wants to go outings with you. Nobody wants to do anything with you, because you have to have that control. You have to learn to relax and enjoy the moment. Just saying, relax and enjoy the moment. I'm still learning, but man, have I come a long way. I am looking for it here. I've come a long way. And like I said, it's been 40 years. My God, my parents were so patient with me. At the same time, something that's not good for this is people will take advantage of that. And they will start using you as the excuse, because people already know you're this and that, and you have to have control and all that. And half the time you'd be blamed and it's not your fault. But anyway, we won't take that path. We'll move on to, save that for another video. Just don't let somebody else control you. Whether, and learn to relax. It don't matter where you're at, who you're with, what you're doing. If it's your time to go from a panic attack, it's your time to go. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You can lay down and die? Well, Jesus, take the wheel. That's what I have to tell myself. Okay, what's going to happen? I mean, I've been going through this forever. So you have to learn, and it's hard. But anyway, don't resist the change. Resisting change feels like just you're losing a battle every day. Stop fighting it. Go with the natural flow of life. The truth is, change is only constant. Now, I'll say that again. Change is only constant. Every single moment of the day, every week, every month, every year, there is going to be change. What kind of change? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. It depends, on what's taking place in life. Change depends on many things and many people, and your job, your life, your kids, the weather. Okay, we're going to go with this elf. I got 3 of these the other day. I got the pink. This is the brownish. And this is the pink, and this is, they're really cute. You can use them as blush, lipstick. I use them as blush. Anyway, this is what they look like. And I just got pushed out there some. It's probably got too much on it, but that's all right. We're going loud and proud today. So anyway, change is going to be happening all the time. So the sooner you learn that change is going to happen, whether you like it or not, the easier life is going to be on you. You need to accept it and learn. It's part of life. And it makes life so much easier. There's so many things that I learned that I wished I would have known at 18. My gosh, I started the struggle bus with the anxiety disorder when I was 18 years old. And, that's 40 years. 40 years. My gosh. Learn now. Anyway, that was that. Now, on my eyeshadow are the eyelashes. I use Lancome. Now, what I'd prefer to use are my feels. I have none on, and I'm in my feels. I have none on, and I have tried to use false eyelashes on my own. Can't happen. Just shake. No, I mean, they don't stick, and it's just like, no, not working. I've tried it all, and I've put them on, and there's glue everywhere. I've taken them off. There's the pre-stick, but when I put something on, I want it to stay, and so I was getting them done where somebody's doing them for me, putting them on, I can't even remember what it's called, on my train of thought here. Anyway, I used to get them where they lasted. I mean, I had no problem with going a month with my eyelashes, and I never had to do anything. I miss those days, but they were getting so expensive. Because I didn't need them for a month, she would charge me extra because she said she had to do more, but they all looked normal when I went in at a month. I'm not hard on my eyelashes. Anyway, so we're back to using Lancome for now. And if this gets too out of hand, I'll have to figure out another plan. But this is the Lancome primer. Lancome primer. So, when I say change is constant, it's going to change all the time. Like I said, this stuff is so wonderful. Not as wonderful getting your feel, but It's hard because you can't hardly see it. Let me turn this one on. Might be, well. Anyway, I hope you can see it. I'm using my mirror. If I don't do this, I'll have it all over. Anyway, so you got to learn, again, to go with the flow of life. You can always say no, but you'll probably miss out on good opportunities if you say no. Other eye. It's kind of like if you're invited to a party and they say the party starts at 8, and then they call you the day before the party and the party starts at 7. Do you go to the party or do you stay home? You know, when you have an anxiety disorder, you're lucky to even leave the house for anything, whether it's 7 o'clock at night or 2 in the afternoon. Anyway, be patient with me on the eyebrow or the eyelash thing, because anymore these days, this type of makeup takes talent. And I ain't got it, so I got to take my time and, hold my mouth just right. Because I'm not like Risa does makeup. Man, she could put that stuff on and nothing flattened. Okay, so we got to let that dry for a minute. Resisting change can lead to unnecessary stress and unhappiness. Yes, preach. So why not embrace it instead? Okay? Do the opposite. If you're trying to resist it, do everything you can to embrace it. You're going to find it's a whole lot easier. I'm sorry, I must have my phone turned backwards because I'm not looking at you. I keep looking at the dot. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm learning. Adapting to new circumstances can bring fresh opportunities and experiences. So it's time to wave goodbye to the habit and start enjoying the ride downstream. Don't go against the grain. Okay, number 4, holding grudges. Holding on to grudges? I have done that in my life. Anymore, I don't really hold grudges. I've learned to just feel sorry for the people that have. Okay, you have somebody that does something to you or your family. You don't really hold a grudge anymore at our age. It'll just make you die young. You just have to pray for the person that is doing you wrong. Wish them the best. You don't have to have them in your life. Okay. Second coat primer. Some people don't want to do second coat. I do second coat. So, it's only going to steal your joy. If you hold a grudge, it's going to put you in a bad mood. And what's going to happen is they're going to steal your joy. And when they steal your joy, they're going to steal the joy of everybody around you. Because you're going to be in a bad mood. You're not going to want them in. You're not going to want to hear about them. You're not going to want to see them. And not everybody's going to feel your way. It's like having a party. You don't want to see this person. But the people you're going to their party, they get along with them and they're coming to the party. So you do not go to the party and steal your joy of seeing the other people? Don't let somebody steal your joy by holding a grudge. My old boss is one of the people that I held a grudge because I worked so hard. Me and my husband worked so hard for so many years for her. And, okay, that was second coat. And I need to blow my nose again. So, please hold. Okay, I'm back. Anyway, the key to unburdening yourself lies in forgiveness. It's not about forgetting or pretending it didn't happen, but rather choosing and let go of the anger and resentment for your own peace and happiness. You think that person you're holding a grudge against knows or cares? No, they do not. They do not. Anyway, I was saying about my boss. We worked so hard for her, and I helped, the grudge wasn't for very long because actually I like her as a person. I just, business decisions, she was okay, but her final decision that made us say, okay, we got to go. It's been years, good to know you, but we got to go. That you learn to let it go. Anyway, so on to the next. So it's not always easy, but releasing these grudges can provide a sense of relief and freedom like no other. There's another person that I held a grudge against for many years. You know, what's crazy is most of these people we hold grudges against are people that we truly, in our heart of hearts, love so deeply and so hard, and we would do anything for them. But there comes a time when you have to cut it and just move on. Move on, wish them the best, pray for them, but move on because they're toxic. You can love them and continue to love them, but you love yourself too. So you need to remember that. Your self-love needs to come first. Just notice I got this purple vein right here that sticks out like a sore thumb. Anyway, so that's 2 coats of Lancome primer. And now we're using the Lancome mascara. Okay. So unburden yourself and stop holding the grudges. It's hard. I have family members. I say my family members, distant family members, that they wouldn't talk for years. They wouldn't talk to each other. And it's like, really? Really? When are you going to wait until something serious happens and talk? You know, I understand it, but yet it's kind of hard to understand. Because although they're toxic, and you don't have to have them in your life, you still have to remain, you don't want to cause other people issues in the family or your friend group. I mean, do you want to not go to your friend's party because your other friend that you don't like or speak to anymore is still friends with your friend and they're going, so you're going to deprive yourself of the party and not go at all? Just saying. Now, I will say this real quick about these eyes. I've always had a problem with my left side. My eyelashes have a mind of their own. Do y'all have an eyelash that has a mind of its own? My left side's that way. I always do 2 and 2. 2 of the primer and 2 of the mascara. If anybody watches Stephen Garden, he just put up a new video. Hit him up, but only if you're into politics. Otherwise, I would skip it. So we'll let that dry for a minute, and then we'll do one final coat and do the bottoms. Anyway, so that's the fourth one, holding grudges. You gotta let them go. It's gonna make you miserable. So number 5, neglecting your passions. Oh, Lord. Years I went for neglecting passions. Not no more. Not no more. I try to feed every passion I have. And if you don't have any, you need to get some. Just saying. Don't neglect passion. It brings so many things open in your life. It's just like, wow. Wow. Happiness. You need to laugh. You need to laugh. In the hustle and bustle of life, it's easy to touch or lose touch with the things that sets our souls on fire. Mine's a flaming. I got a lot of passions. Whether it's painting, gardening, hiking, or simply reading a good book, these passions also take a back seat as we grow old. But who is to say that should be the case? It shouldn't be the case. Your passions are a part of who you are. They bring you joy, add color to your life. Excuse me. Ignoring them can leave a void, feeling of emptiness that's hard to shake off. If you have nothing bringing you joy, no passion, no excitement, nothing that makes you smile, what are you enjoying? What are you enjoying? Why not reignite those flames? Make time for change for the things that you love. If you're being, time for second coat, if you're losing time to do things you love, you need to make time. That's part of your healing, part of you feeling good about life, part of what keeps you up to go to work so you can come home and do your passion. Because if you don't enjoy stuff, what's the use? I ask. Again, if you don't enjoy doing what you're doing and doing the things you love, what keeps you going every day? What motivates you? You got to have passion. I tell my husband that all the time. It's like, I'm so tired when I get off work. I just want to go to bed. And it is hard. He's on phone all day with people harping about insurance prices. Well, it sucks. I know. Been there, done that. Insurance is a hard one. But anyway, back to what we were talking about. Okay? Left side's going to do what it wants. So, anyway, shut this one back off. Whew. Okay. Ignite your flames. Make time for those things you love. Trust me, the joy it brings can make all the difference in your happiness in your 50s and beyond. And it will. I have this ladies group. Well, actually, there's one that, that I talk about often on here. And then there's one that I just joined. And you get together with them. You meet them at different places, games, parties, all that kind of stuff. And you get friends. You can hear my husband's the ice maker. Anyway, the groups are out there. I'm not a drinker, but I'm not the only one that's not a drinker. Now, you throw a drink at me that's non-alcoholic, I love the taste. But alcohol is not my thing. Just saying. Not always been that way, but as I got older, I decided, nah, not for me. One drink would set me under the table. Okay, we're going to just stop there on the mascara. Anyway, you're always going to get mascara on you. Anyway, so ignite your flames, whether it's gardening. I let my garden go last year, and I'm going to get it back this year, and I'm going to make a video about it. I don't have a green thumb, but that's one of my things. I want to grow a vegetable. So we're going to try. So, number 6, trying to please everyone. Oh, good Lord. I'm telling you, if you've had all these in your life. Hey, babe. You heading out?
Yeah, I'm heading back out.
I love you.
The porch full of packages for you too?
Pause, please. Okay, I'm back. My husband's off to the office. Okay, what was we talking about? Oh, trying to please everyone. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I am bad about that one. Bad about that one. You need to please yourself, and you'll find out after you please yourself that you'll easily be able to please other people without even thinking about it. But you need to please yourself, because if you're miserable, how hard is it? If I'm miserable, I'm going to tell you I'm miserable. But everybody around me is going to know I'm miserable. I try not to be miserable because I don't want to ruin somebody else's joy because mine is gone. And I don't want somebody doing that to me. So, if you find yourself constantly saying yes to others, even when you want to say no, that's juggling multiple commitments, stretching yourself so thin that all in an attempt to please everyone around you, making yourself miserable. You can't try to please everybody. You can't pour from an empty cup. And how true that saying is, again, I'll say it. You cannot pour from an empty cup. If you spend all your time trying to please everybody else, time you get home, are you going to be able to please your husband? Are you going to be able to please your kids, your family, mom, your dad, yourself? No, you're going to be trying to pour from an empty cup. Don't do it. It don't work. Because actually they don't want an empty cup. Just saying. Again, they do not want an empty cup. They understand if you're coming home and you're half full. But they would prefer half a cup rather than an empty cup. Just saying. Okay. So letting go of the habit of trying to please everyone can be liberating. And oh, can it be? Give it a try to see for yourself how it contributes to a happier life in your 50s and beyond. Now, I suggest all of these things that you try. Try for a day. Then try the next day. Then try the next day. It's like those little bitty steps we talked about earlier. They'll become habits that you don't do anymore. Try to get rid of them. Try to get rid of them. Okay. What did I do last? Okay, we did okay. Pencil. Lip pencil. This one here is a pinkish color. We should probably go a brown, but I'm going to go pink. I just like this pink. This is an Ulta Beauty stick. Ulta Beauty. If you have any suggestions in the comments, I'm having a really hard time finding the right lip pencils. I am struggling on a struggle bus big time. Ones that go on where you're not just, pushing it so hard that the thing pops all the time. I'm struggling with it. I want it smooth and glidey. And you think Ulta being makeup, they could hit that on the nose. But no, I have to just, Anyway, we're going with the pink. I'm feeling pinky today. Now, we can either stain our lip or we could put lipstick on. I got 2 options. As soon as I get through scraping off my face from putting the slip liner on. It is not my friend. All the red you see on my, this is a lip liner, okay? That's where I've scraped my skin off. Anyway, we have. I don't know if y'all have used this. It's called Wonderskin. Oh, here. I got 2 of these. And that's what it looks like. It goes on purple. Goes on purple. But these are the actual colors. But when it goes on purple. So let's just try the pink today. See? Purple. So. It's actually a stain. Okay, anyway, they both go on purple. They all go on purple. Anyway, just wait just a minute and then we'll take the purple off and you'll see the magic happen. Anyway, so trying to please everybody is not going to work. So you need to let it go. Let it go. And if you see each of these things that we're talking about all come down to how you're feeling about life, how you're feeling about life, that you have control of this, but it's not control so much that you drive everybody nuts, you know? So stop trying to please everyone. Okay, we're going to take a minute to take this off. Possibly you're not supposed to let it dry that long. But a pop of purple doesn't bother me. Okay, when I get to this part, I like me some gloss. Mercy. When I look at my lips, they don't look that big, but when I put them on the camera, they look huge. Anyway, so that was the lip gloss. This lip gloss is Ulta Beauty. Scar. Ulta Beauty. They're not always the enemy. I actually like Ulta Beauty. I'm a big fan. I shop all the time. Anyway, so letting go of the habit of trying to please everyone can be liberating. Give it a try. You need to give it a try. My hair is a mess. And I didn't bring the spray. So, if you don't mind, hold please, and we'll get on to number 7 and number 8. Okay, I'm back. So, what we're going to do is we're going to discuss number 7 and number 8 while I work on my hair. I use Verb sometimes. It's ghost oil. No, it doesn't make you disappear, but it is some good stuff. Actually, this is Wow. Love me some Wow. I love all the Wow products. I'm a Wow fan. My hairstylist taught me something last time I got my hair cut. You put your foam in your hand, and then you take any of this type of hair oil, and you only just a couple, 2 or 3 drops, in the foam. In the foam. Then you mix it really good in your hands. And then you go all over. And it doesn't make it where that stuff's oily. And it moves your hair around. It gives it boost. Makes it shiny. And I tell you, there's something about my hair. It used to be really long, as you probably seen in the videos. But I'm all about short. And the funkier it can get, the better I like it. I'm liking me some funky hair. So that's just the way I roll these days. If it can stand on end, I want it to stand on end. I'm still looking for that particular hairspray that can make it just stand straight up. But I keep telling my guy that does my hair, please make my hair stand up. And I come out of there and it's not standing up. But the back, now when I get the blow dryer at it, it does some wild stuff. But today is going to be an easy day, just a couple of errands. And so every now and then you have problems with these lids. So we're not going to go all funky and waste too much product to do the dishes, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to the runway or anything. Anyway, and I like to push this back here. So, number 7. 7 is a doozy too. Dwelling on the past. The past can hold valuable lessons. We all know that. Learn. That's what they say, learn from the past. If you've done something stupid, don't do it again. You know? Sometimes it takes some of us a little bit longer to learn that valuable lesson. As, you know, it's kind of like you get a bad man. You go and you get the same kind of bad man. Boy, if that wasn't me in my younger years. And then I got the most fabulous man in the world. Oh, yeah, baby. I'm sorry y'all missed out on my man. He's all mine. Fabuloso he is. Okay. So, dwelling on past mistakes, regrets, and missed opportunities can rob you of your present happiness. It's like driving while consistently looking in the rearview mirror. You're bound to miss what's right in front of you. You know, oh God, I gotta make it stand up while it's drying. Anyway, if you think about it, when you've done something in your life and you're not proud of it, do you not always just, okay, here's an example. This just kind of off the cuff example. You run a red light. Okay. What's the first thing you do? You look in your rearview mirror, you're looking around, are you going to get caught? Okay. You ran over oh gosh, maybe it's not a run over thing. You ran a stop sign down. Okay. Just knocked it plain off the corner. Okay. What are you going to do? You're going to look behind your mirror. You're going to look in the rearview mirror. You're going to look behind you. You're going to look everywhere, and you're going to go home and not be able to sleep. And you're going to be a nervous wreck for the next few days. Are they going to? They're going to find out it was you? Does somebody have a camera on their house? You know, you always, if you do stupid stuff, you're always going to be looking behind your shoulder, and that makes for a very miserable life. You're always going to be looking over your shoulder and running and running and running from something you can't control. You know, it happened. Just, you can't do stupid stuff. I mean, there are accidents, but don't do stupid stuff on purpose and always have to look over your shoulder to wonder, when am I going to be free of this? Been there, done that. Okay? So the truth is, we cannot change what already happened, but we can choose to learn from it. If you don't choose to learn from it, you're in trouble. To let it go and focus on the present moment. Start saying goodbye to the habit of dwelling on the past. Instead, embrace the present and look forward to the future with optimism and hope. After all, life is happening right here, right now, and you're going to miss it if you don't. Okay, last one, number 8, forgetting to practice gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful habit that can transform your life. It shifts your focus from what's missing to what's already present, from lack of abundance. And trust me, I'm sure you all know by watching the YouTube channel, there's too much of abundance going on. But anyway, save that for another video. By appreciating the small things, a sunny day, a good meal, a phone call from a friend, we cultivate positivity and contentment. We are content. I need to think about my brother, giving him a call. This is one of his things that I don't call enough, and it's something I constantly work on in my brain. And so it doesn't give me contentment when I don't call him, and I don't call him enough. Practice gratitude doesn't mean ignoring life's challenge. Simply means acknowledging the good that exists in every situation. Start embracing gratitude today. You'll be surprised at how it can lead to a happier life in the 50s and beyond. Trust me, there's always something to be thankful for. And that's one of my other things that I try to always practice is it don't matter, good, bad, ugly. I try to give thanks. That's one of my new things that I started a few months back. Is I'll always try to give thanks, even if it's a bad thing, because there's some reason that happened, and there's something you're going to learn, you're going to experience, you're going to be part of, that's going to turn around, and it's something you're going to be glad you went through. It's like a learning process. Something happened and you learned from that experience. You grew. It's who you are. It's what made you. So I try to always give thanks regardless. It's hard at times when you see some major catastrophes happen. And, the hardest thing for me to do is sit down and thank Jesus, And so I thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Because of the survivors. Think of all of the silver lining out of any given situation. You will find that you need to turn as much as you can over and try to make it a good thing. It will bring you more joy in life. Growing old is hard, but can you imagine being 14 and having to deal with this? Trying to understand, learning your own way, because a lot of 14-year-olds, they know it all now. Throw away the dictionaries. I used to tell my boys that when they were younger. Now I need to tell them when they're older. Throw away the dictionaries. They know it all. Anyway, so as we grow older, try to work on these 8 habits, because it really will rob your life. So again, forgetting to practice gratitude. Give gratitude in any way, shape, or form you can. Number 7 was dwelling on the past. Let it go. You can't change it. If you can't change it, if it ain't gonna change, what I usually tell my husband, if you're gonna be upset, is it gonna change the situation? Is it gonna change? If you're gonna be upset about this, is it gonna change? Is it gonna make it better? No. So why ruin your day, steal your joy over something that's not gonna change? Sorry, I have to empty out some of my use. Keep shutting off on me. Anyway, so 5, neglecting your passions. Again, don't be doing that. 4, holding on to grudges. And resisting change is number 3. Neglecting your physical health. And finally, limiting yourself based on your age. So we are what we are. Embrace it. Love it. take care of it, nurture it. And as soon as you do that for you, you'll see that doing it for others just kind of falls into place. So anyway, I thank you so much for spending time with me, and enjoyed it. It was kind of all over the place, but it is what it is, and I am just kind of an all over the place type of girl. So anyway, thanks again for joining me, and I hope you will hit like, share, and subscribe, and so you get notifications when I make my next video. So enjoy, have a marvelous day, love it, love yourself, embrace it, and enjoy every minute of it. So thanks again for coming by, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.